What are the obstacles to change? Good morning. My name is Father Frank Buckley. Delighted to be your host for our morning meditation group, Flourishing During Times of Uncertainty. Today is going to be a great day. Happy Monday. If you're new to the program, welcome. Mondays, we spend a little more time in a little guided meditation and to introduce people who are new to a contemplative practice a little bit about how to get acclimated to it. So, welcome. This is a three-part program. The first part is inspiration, and what I've been pulling from recently is Pope Francis's wonderful book, Let Us Dream. And in it this morning, he talks about the obstacles to change even during a pandemic. The second part is the heart of the program, where we do a morning practice. We give the first part of the morning to God by turning the gaze inwards and notice the ways God stirs in our own heart. And then the last part of the program is something near and dear to St. Ignatius, the founder of the Jesuits' own heart, the Jesuit Examen, where we look over the weekend and just notice where God has come alive and present in our everyday, ordinary lives. So it's Monday, it's a rainy Monday morning here in Hollywood. Let's begin with a little inspiration. Let's consider a big obstacle to change: the existential myopia that allows us defensively to select what we see. Existential myopia is always about holding on to something we're afraid to let go of. COVID has unmasked the other pandemic, the virus of indifference, which is the result of constantly looking away, telling ourselves because there is no immediate or magic solution, it is better not to feel anything at all. I saw a photography exhibition here in Rome. One of the photos was called just that: indifference. A lady is leaving a restaurant in winter, well wrapped against the cold, leather coat, hat, gloves, all the apparel of the well-to-do. At the door of the restaurant, a woman is seated on a crate, poorly dressed, shivering in the street, holding out her hand to the lady, who looks elsewhere. That photo touched a lot of people. Here in Italy, you often hear people say, "Che me ne frega," when you have a problem. It means, so what? What's it got to do with me? In Argentina, we say, "Y a mí qué." They're little words that reveal a mindset. Some Italians claim you need a healthy dose of menefreghismo, so whatism, to get through life. Because if you start worrying about what you see, how are you ever going to relax? The attitude ends up armor plating the soul. That is, indifference bulletproofs it, so that certain things just bounce off. One of the dangers of this indifference is that it can become normal, silently seeping into our lifestyles and value judgments. We cannot get used to indifference. And one of the best ways to see, to open our eyes to indifference, to avoid the trap of getting used to indifference, is a morning practice. So let's move right into it. If you're new, get comfortable. I invite you to take off your shoes, I'm going to lower the lights and then we'll begin. One of the ways we flourish is to unplug. So I will set our timer for 20 minutes, and then I invite you to turn off all technology, find a comfortable chair or cushion, and we will begin and end with the sound of the bell. I invite you to lower your eyes or close your eyes, whatever feels safe and wonderful to you, and let's get started. Listen, listen. The sound of this beautiful bell returns us to our true home. We always begin with diaphragmatic breathing, which is a fancy word for just breathing deeply as possible into the lower tummy to get grounded on this rainy Monday morning. As a community, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Two more times. Inhale and exhale. Bringing fresh oxygen to the brain and the body. Last time, give it all you got. Inhale and exhale. Continue to breathe on your own. Let's get grounded. The ground is wet this morning. Let's just place our feet on the ground and feel the energy of Mother Earth. Just allow your feet to plant on the earth, allow the roots to sink into the earth and ground you. Moving up the body, we arrive at the chair or the cushion, providing support. Let's reflect over this weekend, excuse me, where you felt a little support. And just lean into that support a little bit. Relax the shoulders, anything you've been holding on to, just let it slide down the shoulders and let the earth receive it. Relax, renew, restore. And notice if you feel a little lighter. Moving towards the front of the body, we arrive at the heart, the place the spiritual world touches the physical world. I invite you to touch your heart, and together as a community, let's cultivate a little attitude of gratitude, focusing on something over this week for which we're grateful, and just name it in one word. Very, very gently place that word in the center of your heart, and as a community, let's all breathe together into the gratitude. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Release the hands and just notice what you feel. Finally, we arrive at the forehead, the seat of intuition, that area between the eyebrows that always tells the truth, and we focus on an intention for our morning practice. St. Ignatius invites us on a daily basis to ask God for what we deeply desire, being courageous enough to ask God for something great and beautiful on this rainy Monday morning. And we'll seal that intention with an inhale and an exhale. Continue to breathe on your own. Father Thomas Keating, the founder of Centering Prayer, says that meditation is so easy it's almost too good to be true. We sit down and give these next few minutes to God. It helps to focus on what he calls a sacred word. It can be God, Jesus, kindness, love, peace, anything at all that has meaning to you. Repeat it 4 or 5 times and then just drop down and enjoy a little deep rest. If any thoughts come up in the time of the meditation, just go back to your sacred word, repeat it a few times, and drop back down into deep rest. As St. Augustine says, God is as close to us as this very air that we breathe. If you're new to this meditation or our regular community, let's now enjoy the miracle of mindfulness. Please continue. Gently bring your attention back to the room. If the eyes were closed, go ahead. Let's open the eyes. Let's circle the wrist. Get a little energy back in the body. Reverse the train. Good. A little morning stretch. Inhale, raise the arms up. Tip a little to the left, to the right. A little gentle back bend. Forward bend. One more big morning stretch. Look up towards the heavens. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Shake out anything you've been holding on to. Wonderful. And we will move into the examine. If you're new to our contemplative group in Hollywood, please feel free to drop a note in the comment box and say hello. That's how we build a little community. And for our regular community, please feel free to drop in where God came alive for you this weekend. I will begin by starting with, once again, on Mondays. It seems like it's a little bit of a mantra, but this Saturday was even more exceptional with the food pantry. It was wet and it was rainy, and there were a lot of unhoused people and people living in apartments who've lost jobs and don't have enough money for food. And there was an abundance of fresh fruits and vegetables and sandwiches and flowers for everyone. A little shout out to the center for providing much needed sweatshirts since it was rainy and some people were only in short sleeve shirts. In Hollywood, we're never really prepared for cold weather. So the center helped us keep people warm as well. It was really, really beautiful. As always, I say the food pantry at Blessed Sacrament, we really get to experience the gem of Hollywood in a beautiful way. Second place, God's Come Alive. I'm going to jump out of the weekend a little towards the future. In 30 minutes, we have our deanery meeting, and Monsignor Fleming has invited me to uh, get us started. And I'm so happy from this group that we've been sharing from Let Us Dream, and for all the priests in the deanery. We're going to begin with a little excerpt from Pope Francis about when we go through a crisis, we never come out the same. We come out worse or better, and his little inspiration for how we can come out better. And then last but not least, happy Monday. I am so very, very grateful and happy to be with all of you, to have this community. My friend Blanche Hartman, the former abbess of the Zen Center in San Francisco, says when we meditate alone, it's quiet. But when we meditate in community, it's really quiet and something very special occurs. So we cannot do this alone, but together as a community, we experience a little glimpse of the kingdom of heaven right here in our everyday, ordinary lives. Happy Monday. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. God bless you.